So you've decided you're coming to Dallas, Texas, but you're trying to figure out where you want to end up. As someone who's lived in Dallas since 1998, these are the 5 suburbs that need to be on your short list. Let's do it. What's up, guys? John O here with the Selling North Dallas real estate team, sellingnorthdallas.com. We're glad you're here. My business partner Holly and I have been at this real estate game for a while, and we love helping folks. And we'd love to help you if that's something that if you're thinking about making a move out to Dallas, Texas. Hop in the description. All of our contact information is there. Reach out. Let us know how we can help you. In the meantime, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That way you don't miss out on any content that drops. And hit the like button so that we know you like the video. It really helps us out. We super appreciate it. All right, getting into it. Let's get started. Now, this list is going to surprise some folks. And while I'm a little partial, these 5 cities made the list because I feel like they're the best. So here we go with number 5, Celina, Texas. Now, hang on a second, Jono. This is one of the main cities that we service. Why is it not number 1 or number 2? Well, I'll tell you. There's a lot of people that want to move to Celina for the small town feel. But Celina is in transition right now. So if you're coming out here expecting small town, well, it's small town, but if you're expecting it to stay that way, I think you're going to be disappointed. So Celina is a great community. It's Bobcat country. Football out here is bananas. The school system, it's still got that small town feel, but as I mentioned, that's changing. Therefore, it made number 5. Now, don't be sad. In fact, I've even got my favorite Celina marker right here. Don't be sad. Out of all the communities, all the cities in North Texas, these are the top 5. So, and it's a pretty tight race, but ultimately it's going to come down to what's important to you and your reasons for being here. So number 5, Celina, Texas. Number 4, McKinney, Texas. And McKinney is one of my favorite cities. It's almost like living in a park, right? A lot of cities, they're in a grid pattern. You know, everything's either north and south or east and west, where McKinney, like, it's got a lot of rolls and hills and parks, and the streets are laid out beautifully. Infrastructure is great. It's got a little bit older feel, depending upon where in McKinney you are, but it covers a lot of ground. So there's a lot happening out there. But just from a topography perspective, it had to make the list. It's a little older, a little more established. The trees are bigger. It's just got a different look and feel. Whereas you drive through Frisco or Prosper or some of these other large cities, but a lot of the trees are still small because they were planted 5-10 years ago. Whereas McKinney, it's got more of a, well, you'll see. Plus, downtown McKinney, one of my favorite spots to hang out. You can literally go down there and spend all day just hanging out. Breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner, margaritas, mimosas, live music, people watching. It's got an older town square feel to it, but there's a lot of shops that have come in. The downtown area down there is just a really great experience, and it's one of the larger, older downtown gentrified cities that we have. It's amazing, especially for families. All right, we're ready for number 3, Frisco, Texas. Depending upon what expert you Google, Frisco gets a lot of accolades for being the fastest growing city in the country, and for good reason. It's probably the closest to Dallas in terms of busyness and activity and just the excitement and the action, right? You've got the benefits of Dallas without having to be all the way down in Dallas, if that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, come visit. You'll see what I'm talking about. But it's got everything. It's got malls. It's got professional sports teams with an S. It's got nightlife. It's got restaurants. It's got patios. It's got all the things we love about North Texas. It's got a newer, I'm going to say new money feel, if you know what I mean. I mean, with the school systems and everything, like, I think this is a good way of putting it. It's the GMC Denali of North Texas, right? You've got the luxury, you've got the speed, you can fit the family. Doesn't get the greatest gas mileage, but from a fit and finish, it just covers all of the bases. Reliability, American made. You get, hopefully you understand what I'm saying. Now, before we get into number 2, if you're thinking, Jono, this sounds great. I'm ready to talk to somebody. If that's you, hop in the description, fill out the Google form, let us know some high-level details. We'll get in touch and we'll put together a program that makes sense for you and the folks that you're bringing with you. here we go. The top two, I know you can't wait. All right, well, here it is. Number 2, Gunter, Texas. Now, if you're not from here, you might call it Gunter, but you don't pronounce the T. The only people that say Gunter are those that aren't from here. It's Gunter, and it's small town, and it's probably gonna be small town for the foreseeable future. Now, the growth is headed up that direction. Eventually, Sherman and Dallas are just gonna grow together, and I think Gunter is gonna be a big part of that. But up where the tollway ends, like, it's unavoidable. It's not gonna be small town forever. But if you want the small town for the foreseeable future, for student to kid ratios and the type of school like I grew up in, where all the kids knew all the teachers, right? You knew everybody in your graduating class. If you're looking for something like that, Gunter's a great option. Plus, you can still get land out there and not drastically overpay for it. And the growth, man, it's coming that direction. Here we go. Number 1, I don't want to hear it. I'm a little partial. Prosper, Texas. Now, as I've mentioned before, we moved to Prosper in 2009, lived in an apartment for a couple of years, and we knew within being here for a year, this is where we wanted to be long term. And we put our daughter into the school system here, and we've had a tremendous experience. The folks coming to Prosper, they want to be in Prosper, right? It's very intentional. A lot of people don't accidentally end up in Prosper. So that really drove my decision as to why it's number 1. We've met more friends, more people, from church to being in the band with our daughter to girls lacrosse to just all the things. People have, there's this intentionality around the Prosper community that we were really excited about. But by and large, the people that are here want to be here, and I couldn't think of another city that deserved the top spot. So what do you think? Hop down in the comments. If I totally missed the boat on this one, I want to hear. If you're a local or if you're familiar with the area, let me know what cities you think I missed, and maybe we'll do another run at it. If you got a little bit more time, go ahead and check this video out. I think it might help provide some answers for you. We'll see you later.